The Potion Disaster. It was Friday morning at Elderbrook, and the dungeons smelled even worse than usual. Adrian Blackwood wrinkled his nose as he entered the potions classroom. "Why does it always smell like rotten eggs in here?" he whispered. Zoey Whitemore, who was walking beside him, laughed. "Because you're in Professor Graves's class. You should be used to it by now." Sebastian Crow leaned against a table at the back, his dark hair falling into his eyes. "At least it keeps people awake," he said lazily. "You can't sleep when your nose is dying." Today was a special joint lesson. Students from all 4 classes together in one room. The long tables were crowded, cauldrons lined up neatly, ingredients shining in small glass jars. Adrian looked around. "This is going to be chaos," he muttered. Professor Graves, a tall wizard with a long black cloak and sharp green eyes, clapped his hands for silence. "Today," he said dramatically, "you will be creating a mood potion. It changes color depending on your emotions." Zoe's eyes lit up. "That sounds fun." Sebastian sighed. "Sounds boring." Graves continued. "The potion must be handled carefully. Too much moonflower or too little mint, and the results may be unpredictable." Adrian muttered, "When he says unpredictable, he means explosive." Graves snapped his fingers and the shelves opened by themselves. Bottles and jars floated toward each table. "Begin," he said. The students gathered their ingredients. Adrian started reading the instructions carefully, counting every drop. Zoey, on the other hand, was already mixing her cauldron enthusiastically. Sebastian, as usual, didn't even open his book. "Are you going to help or just stand there looking mysterious?" Zoey asked. "I'm supervising," Sebastian said calmly. "Supervising is an important job." Adrian rolled his eyes. "Right. You can supervise cleaning duty after this explodes." 10 minutes later, colorful steam filled the room. Some students' potions were glowing pink, others bright yellow. Zoe's potion started bubbling, a nice calm blue color. Adrian's was a soft green. Sebastian's was black. "Is it supposed to look like that?" Zoey asked. Sebastian shrugged. "Maybe it means I'm cool?" Adrian laughed. "Or maybe it means it's burning." Before Sebastian could answer, the potion started to smoke. The smell was horrible, like burnt socks and onions. "Sebastian!" Adrian shouted. "You added too much moonflower." "How was I supposed to know?" Sebastian protested. "You said a handful. I have big hands." The potion made a loud pop and splashed purple liquid over all 3 of them. Zoey screamed, "It's in my hair!" Adrian wiped his face. "It's everywhere!" And then, suddenly, they started to laugh. But not normal laughter, wild, unstoppable laughter. Sebastian doubled over. I can't stop." Zoey was crying from laughing so hard. It's so funny, but why?" Adrian could barely speak. "It must be the potion. It's contagious." Within minutes, the whole class was laughing uncontrollably. Even Professor Graves tried to speak, but he started chuckling too. "Stop this at once!" Students were rolling on the floor, clutching their sides, tears streaming down their faces. Even the cauldrons seemed to bubble more, as if laughing along. The air shimmered with purple mist. Some students' hair turned pink, others' robes sparkled. Adrian gasped between laughs. This is insane." Finally, Graves managed to wave his wand.
A big poof echoed through the dungeon, and the laughter stopped instantly. Everyone fell silent. You could hear a single potion bubble in the corner. The professor's face was red. "Who did this?" A boy pointed at Sebastian. "He did." Graves sighed deeply. "I should have known. Blackwood, Whitemore, and Crow, my favorite trio of chaos." Adrian tried to look innocent. "It was an accident, sir." Graves' eyes narrowed. "Of course it was. Detention, all three of you. You can clean every cauldron in the dungeon." Zoey groaned. "But there are 20 cauldrons." Sebastian muttered, "Better than laughing forever." Adrian smiled. "At least we made the happiest class in Elderbrook history." Even Professor Graves' lips twitched slightly, as if he was fighting a smile. But then he turned sharply towards them. "I saw that, Mr. Blackwood." That evening the trio stood in the empty dungeon, surrounded by steaming cauldrons and stacks of dirty spoons. Zoey sighed. "Next time, we're not mixing anything without reading the instructions." Sebastian laughed quietly. "Maybe." Adrian grinned. "Next time, I'm staying home." They scrubbed for an hour. The room slowly filled with the sound of water splashing and quiet laughter. Zoey found a leftover purple bubble that popped in her face, leaving glitter on her nose. Adrian chuckled. "Still looks better than before." Sebastian smirked. "Don't make me throw another cauldron at you." When they finally finished, they sat on the floor, exhausted but smiling. Zoey looked up at the ceiling. "Do you think we'll ever have a normal day at Elderbrook?" Adrian laughed softly. "Not if we're friends." Sebastian leaned back against a cauldron. "Then I guess we'll never be bored." They all started laughing again, not magically this time, just because, somehow, trouble was always more fun when they were together.